All right, so it's officially been a really long time since we make a layout video, so I figured I would go ahead and kind of update you guys on what I'm currently using. Now, before we actually step foot inside of my restaurant, some of you may already be aware of the layout that I'm going to be showing, especially if you are in my Discord. A big shout out to every single one of you that have been joining for the last couple of weeks. It's honestly been insane because we've probably gained about 3,000 or 4,000 new members in the server. Now, the layout specifically that I'm going to be showing you guys today was released yesterday by Redacted in my server, which actually, let me go ahead and show you guys. So let's transition over to my Discord really quick and we'll be right back. All right, so over here, you're taking a look at my Discord server inside of the verified layouts channel. This was posted yesterday by Redacted at 7:37 p.m. with all of the stats, which this is going to be a 10-floor endgame layout. Apparently, he's claiming that it makes 117 million to 300 million per hour, which is kind of insane. And it's the reason why I went ahead and switched to this. Now, we have a bunch of other layouts that are completely different and require different furniture. All of these that are specifically in this channel are tested. So if you guys want to see the graphs and follow along with that instead of following along with me in the video, feel free to go and join. Link will be at the very top of the comments. We have a really active chat as well as a section where I post all of the up-to-date leaks. But yes, you guys just got a quick little leak right there on something that's more than likely going to be coming in the next update, but that's not the point of this video. We are now currently inside of my restaurant, and what you are taking a look at here is what I believe Redacted is calling RUCLV3. Or I guess if you want to call it Ruckle, you can. I have heard some people call it that, which is kind of interesting, but this is it right now in full action. Obviously, keep in mind that I am using a lot of endgame items, but don't worry because there is some things that can be replaced. Obviously, these tables in the middle can be replaced with either royals or superhero or whatever it is that you're using, really. And then over here in the back, the luxury silverware tray, there is no actual replacement for, so you will need those. But the big tip jars, you can actually go ahead and put soda machines there if you really want to, so that's an option. Again, keep in mind, this is an end game layout, so it's intended for those of you that are at least, I guess, somewhat wealthy. A couple other things that you'll notice, there is Christmas trees. You're going to need these for every single floor. And then over here in the kitchen section, this takes quite a bit of coffee machines. Moving on to floor number 2, we got more luxury trays up here, as well as Christmas trees and more coffee machines, just like how I mentioned. But obviously, if you don't have the coffee machines for the rest of the floors, but you do have it for the first floor, you can't just go ahead and replace these 3 with filler items. It obviously is going to affect your income, but it's still going to be a very good layout. So I've gone ahead and closed down my restaurant. We're going to rebuild this entire thing. And honestly, it's going to be a pretty quick one because the only thing that's different is the first and the second floor, because floors 2 through 10 are completely the same. So let's go ahead and start off with picking everything up in this section right here. All right, so I've gone ahead and picked up every single item except for obviously the filler items. And the reason why I didn't pick them up is because I'm going to be using those as reference points. So you can kind of follow along with me with how many spaces you need to leave, which I guess I should also specify that you do need a 16 by 16 restaurant in order to go ahead and do this. You might be able to get away with it with a 14 by 14, but I'll leave that one up to you guys to kind of figure out because you will have to probably move a couple of things here and there. Now let's start off with facing the front door of your restaurant. We're going to start off with obviously our tables here. Go ahead and grab your table, put it as close to the front door as you can, bring it down 1 space, and then to the left another space. This is going to be your starting point and kind of like your guidance. So again, we're going to do the same exact thing. Bring it as close as you can to the door, bring it down 1, and then to the right and place it down. After that, you're going to go ahead and place another one next to that and another one next to the other one. You got yourself your first little lineup of tables. And it's going to make it a lot easier for us to build the rest of this because we're going to be using this lineup of tables as reference points. So go ahead from the table all the way to the right over here, come down 1 space, down another space, and then to the right 2 spaces, place another table down, and you're going to do the same exact thing over on the other side. Down 2 spaces to the left 2. Should have something a little like this now. Now again, using these tables up here, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3 spaces and place down 2 tables next to each other there. And then to sort of end it off, use the corner of these 2 tables and place another 2 as well. So there we go. All the tables are now officially down and everything from this point moving on is going to be fairly simple. If you have Christmas trees and you're going to be placing them down, make sure that you figure out the point of rotation. If you don't understand this, it's actually very, very simple. If you notice, one corner of the Christmas tree always rotates in a specific spot. In my case, where I have this really dark tile green and the rest of them are light colored, I placed the corner there, and if you notice, the Christmas tree is at all times inside of this corner. I'm going to rotate it till it is in this position right here. We're going to place that down, come to the other side, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So technically, if I wanted to, I could place the Christmas tree down exactly how I have it right here, except that the point of rotation is now in this corner over here, which is not what I want. I want the point of rotation to be in this corner, which it now is. And we're going to place it right there. I didn't really specify this, but those will be placed on the ends of these tables right here, even though I'm pretty sure it was kind of obvious. Now we're going to go ahead and rotate the camera so the front door is behind us. And over here, we're going to grab our luxury trays, place one over here and another one over here. Then this center section, it's really up to you. If you want to place down 2 soda machines, you can. In my case, I'm going to be going with the big tip jars. I'm going to place 2 of them right there, and we are pretty much completely done at this point. Now make sure that you have the auto rotate turned on for your chairs. Place them all down in front of your tables. And at the end of it all, you should only be left with 4 empty slots in this entire section that we just kind of built this little quick layout. If you notice right here, all of my chairs are down. I have 1, 2 empty spots over here, and then 1, 2 empty spots over here as well. Obviously, in your case, the entire rest of the restaurant is going to be completely empty. You can go ahead and fill this in with whatever you want, whether it be eternal statues, VIP statues, haunted wells if you have them, roses, cactuses, whatever you want to put. Go ahead and fill up every single section except for the kitchen over here. So if you want, you can kind of hold off on adding the filler item until we're done building this kitchen, which is actually going to be very simple. Let's go ahead and grab our order stand, and from the top right hand corner, we're going to go over to the left side one time, place down our order stand right there. Then we'll switch over to our dishwashers, place 1 to the left side of the order stand and 1 right in front of the order stand. So you should have kind of like this L format right here. Then what you can do is both of these dishwashers, you can use the corner of it to place down your first coffee machines and then kind of use that as a reference to go ahead and create the entire outline. Now for the coffee machines, you want to make sure that they're all facing towards the center where the stoves are. So kind of follow along with me here. But again, here's the dishwasher. I'm going to use the corner, place down my first one. Here is another dishwasher. I'm going to use the corner, place this down here. And there is going to be 4 going across all the way around. So by that, I mean, there's going to be another one over here and another one up here. Then we're going to do the same thing going down this way. Another one over here, continue going down across all the way until you get right here. And then the same thing over on this side, all the way across, keep them facing inwards. And the final one should be right over here, which I actually have to go ahead and rotate this one because if not, it will be driving me insane. So at the end, you should have something like this. I know it's kind of difficult to see because all of my chefs are kind of bundled up here, but sure, you get the idea. Kind of one of the main reasons why I decided to leave the filler items, so you can use those to count blocks away from the wall. All the way around, always facing the middle pocket, with the final one being right here. And now all of your stoves are completely down, and this is more or less what your kitchen should be looking like. Again, if you don't have the coffee machines, you can resort to just using filler items. It is going to affect the income, but it's really not that big of a deal. But overall, that was probably the hardest part of the entire layout. Let's move on to floor number 2. All right, so for this one, fairly easy. And again, keep in mind, you will be repeating this exact thing all the way until floor number 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be exactly like how we're about to build this floor. Go ahead and grab your table, bring it to the top right-hand corner of your room, move it down 1 space, and this is where your first table will be placed. From that point, using the left bottom hand corner of that table, go ahead and place another one. And then from this point, rotate your table and place it using the top left-hand corner of the other table. So right there, you got all of your tables down. So let's switch over to the big tip jar, or again, if you're going to use the soda machines, you can do that as well, and place it down on the bottom left-hand corner of this table right over here. Next to your tip jar or your soda machine, go ahead and grab a dishwasher, face it inwards towards this wall over here, just like how I have it right there, and place that down. Then finally, your luxury silverware tray right there. Now, right underneath your luxury silverware tray, you will be placing down 3 coffee machines right next to each other. Or again, if you don't have them, just go ahead and add filler items for these 3 slots right here. And then for the final piece before we place down our chairs, go ahead and using the rotation point up here on the top left-hand side, place down your Christmas tree. Now, this part is pretty straightforward. Just place down all of your chairs. There's only one table in this that will be completely different to the other ones, and that is this table on the top left-hand side. The reason is because you're going to place down 2 chairs over here, 1 chair on the top, and then 1 over here facing this end. That way you have all 4 of your seating arrangements. Then the rest of this, you just fill up with fillers. You don't really have to fill up the entire room. You can just kind of go outwards 3 or 4 spaces, whatever you want. Just make sure that it is not under 3 spaces. And again, repeat this for every single floor like how I have done all the way until you get to floor number 10, and you are now officially good to go. You have completed the RUCL V3 redacted layout. Huge shout out to him, man. He's always keeping us updated in my Discord server, and I really appreciate that. And I can also say that it probably wouldn't be possible for me to even build this if it wasn't for Redacted, because he was a huge help on giving me a lot of these endgame items that I just didn't have, especially the corrupted stuff. I didn't have any of this. So big shout out to him, man. So many of you constantly ask me whenever I change my layouts what exactly I'm using. So I figured I'd update you guys. Since Redacted just let me know about this. Let me know in the comments if you need any help, or let me know if you guys have any questions. And of course, join the Discord so you can keep up to date with all of these layouts the moment that they drop. That's gonna do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.